welcome back Year 9 students. Today we're going to apply what we learnt the other day. We are now going to use our significant figure rounding to help us estimate some answers. Now, why do we estimate? Well, estimation is about getting a rough idea of what your answer should be, and the reason we often do this is because sometimes we can make mistakes in our working, and having a quick estimation to check either in advance or afterwards will give us an idea whether we're right or not. So here's one way of doing it. We can use significant figures. So let's have a look at these examples that I've got for us here. We've got 2.8 multiplied by 19.1, and what we can do is we can change this to one significant figure. So our 2.8 becomes 3, and our 19.1 to one significant figure becomes 20. So we should say that this is roughly going to be around 60, and that would be my estimate for this. Okay, some of you at this point might have gone to two significant figures for the 19.1 and said it was 19, and then you could have said, oh well, that's 57. But I'm just going to use one significant figure there. Our next one is 1.8 to the power of 4. If I round that 1.8 to one significant figure, I will get 2 to the power of 4. So my estimate is going to be 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, so it will be 16. Okay, these next ones, we've got some decimals here. So I'm going to make this 0.3, that's to one significant figure, and the next one will be 0.04, and 4 times 3 is 12, and if you look at our decimal places here, you're going to see that we've got 0.012 will be our answer. Next one, we've got 207.5 divided by 8.21, minus 8.21 squared. So to one significant figure, my 207 becomes 200. To one significant figure, 8.21 becomes 8, so it's going to be 8 squared, which is 64. And then I can simply say, well, that must be 136. My next one is 12.3 divided by 43.2. Again, I'm going to change these to one significant figure, so I'll have 10 divided by 40, which is 1/4, or you might write 0.25. The next one I put a star here because sometimes you can see, if you're thinking, you can see that there's a little trick that you can use to help you. So I'm going to round my first one to two significant figures. So it will be 21. Why am I doing that? Well, because I could see the first number was close to 21 and the second number was close to 7. And I know my times tables, so that's going to be helpful to me. So this first number, 20.8, I'm going to round to two significant figures, and my second number, 6.85, I'm going to round to one significant figure, and that will give me 3. Okay, so just be aware with that one. There are other examples in your exercise that might require you to have some rounding to two significant figures. The next one, I'll simplify to 39 becomes 40 to one significant figure, 71 becomes 70 to one significant figure, and 54 becomes 50 to one significant figure. So we end up having 2,800 on the top and 50 on the bottom, and that is going to give me, 50 into 100 is 2, and we've got 2,800, so therefore the answer will be around 56. If you're not following it, just think about it again. If you were dividing 2,800 by 100, that would be 28, but 50 is half of 100, so you're going to double that 28 to 56. The last question we're going to do today is a true or false. You've got some ones like these in your textbook, and you're trying to work out whether they make sense or not. Does 24.318 divided by 19.3 equaling 21.6 make sense? Well, no, it doesn't, does it really? Let's say this is roughly 20 to one significant figure divided by 20 to one significant figure, so it should be around 1. So it's certainly not 21.6, so we can say, wrong, that's not correct. Well, I think that should be sufficient to get you started on exercise 7E and 7F. Have a go at those, and please let me know if you're having any trouble with any of that. Alright, see you next time. God bless.